There was a time in my life when I was really struggling in my sales. I called up Jeremy. I'm like, dude, what's going on? I'm a 1,000 account rep. I'm only selling 4 accounts a day. Like, something's off. Is it my pitch? Like, is it what I'm saying? Is it my area? Is it like my company? Am I at the wrong company right now? And he's like, dude, he asked me some questions. He goes, Austin, this is how you check yourself. Everybody write this down right now, okay? This is how you check yourself. He says, how's your relationship with God? Number 1. Then he said, how's your relationship with yourself? Number 2. And he said, how's your relationship with your wife? If you ain't your wife, mom or dad. If you know my story, moms and dads are important, okay? With your wife or maybe mom and dad. After that, how's your relationship with your kids? How's your relationship with your community? How's your relationship with work? Okay, so I'll do that one more time fast so you guys can get it. How's your relationship with God? How's your relationship with yourself? Then your wife or husband, for my ladies here, your kids, then your community, and then dead freaking last is work. And I heard that, and I'm like, dude, I'm pretty good with God. I'm going to church. I mean, I'm working out in the mornings. And he's like, how are you and Kaya doing? I was like, ooh. Well, we bicker a lot, and I don't think I've been that supportive of her. And that right there was the bottleneck for all of my sales problems. So a lot of you guys don't have sales problems. You have personal problems that are holding you back from hitting massive numbers and hitting your potential. So that's as much as I'm going to talk about today about life. My mastermind people, we just talking about life. We crying last night, opened it up. It was amazing, okay? But for you guys, I really want you to take some time away from all the distractions of the world and get really clear about where you're at in those 5 categories. Jeremy is somebody that taught me that. He's an elite husband and father. He's got his priorities in order. Every time I visit him, I learn something new. And he's just a master of systems. So I gave him the floor to talk about how you guys can go from, where you're at right now, implement systems.
Than taking his money. So Austin's going to pay $200 to the person that has a ping pong ball, just flat has a ping pong ball. No, you got to make it in the cup, okay? So I don't care what strategy you use, but you can't move from the area of your chair. Whoever makes it, each person that makes it, $200, and we'll rock and roll and we'll get the presentation going.
$200, guys!
All right, let's go. No, you can't leave your chair. Doesn't count. Doesn't chair. Can't leave the chair. Can't leave your chair. What the heck? Let's go. Keep them coming. All right, what's your name?
Doug.
Cool. All right, guys, let's pay the man. If you have done door-to-door sales for a long time, you know the best sound in the world is the Venmo ka-ching. Indeed. So let's do it. I know, he's got to put your sound on. All right, we're doing it after. It won't load. There's no service in there. Okay, all right. So grab your notes real quick. First thing I want you to write down is besides Doug, I've actually never seen anyone make it in my life. So I feel like he owes you $1,000. Okay? There we go. Okay, besides your ping pong ball, the easiest way is just to get proximity, okay? So that's what we're going to talk about today. Austin talked about the Golden Door Award. A lot of you raised your hands. Some of you didn't. The easiest way to get rid of all friction, the clearest path to the Golden Door is to just get proximity. That's all it is. The closer you are to your goal, the closer and more likely you are to hit your goal. So here's a quote. I want you to write this down. Those with the most frequent proximity to their goals are the ones that accomplish them. Those that have the most frequent touches with their goals, and they don't forget them, are the ones that hit their goals. When Austin and I were working together, it was constantly reminding him, your goal today is this, the weekly goal today is this, the monthly goal is this. Oh, what's up, dude? I didn't know you were coming. You drove all the way from California?
Yeah.
Good to see you, dude. But it was always like proximity. Do not forget. those that have read the scriptures, one of the most common phrases in the scriptures is do not forget. It's remember, remember, remember. Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about today. Okay, so this is the whole focus, all right? The idea is let your systems get you that Golden Door Award. You're not going to get the Golden Door Award. Your systems that we design right now in the next 30, 45 minutes are going to get you the Golden Door Award. If you bank on you probably haven't done door-to-door for a long time. It's very emotional. I've done it for 15 years. There are some crazy highs and some insane lows. If you strip you out of the equation and you just put it on your schedule, it increases the likelihood that you hit it, okay? All right, so who watches track? Or who's ran track in high school or college? Okay, what'd you run?
100.
Okay, anyone else do the 100? Oh, dang, a lot of people. Okay, I used to run track before I went on a mission to Argentina, gained a lot of weight, and then got into Olympic lifting and gained a lot of weight. Then I had 4 kids and gained a lot of weight. So back in the day, I used to. Okay, tell me who just won the 100-meter dash in the most recent Olympics?
Most recent. Was it 100 meter?
100 meter.
No.
Okay, what was his time?
9.89.
Dude, are you going to friggin' win everything today? I'm just kidding. I don't know if that's true. Pull out your phone real quick. Pull out your phone. I want you to Google the top 10 times in the men's 100-meter dash from the last Olympics. Yeah, ask Siri, pull it up in your Google. I want you to pull up the fastest 10 spots, the top 10 times in the men's 100-meter dash. Okay, raise your hand if you got it. Almost. There's no service in here. Does anyone have it? Okay, you be our spokesperson. Stand up. What's your name? Okay, stand up. Braden? Brandon. Cool. Okay, so real quick, when these runners go to the Olympics, what's all of their goal? The number one goal? Win. No one goes to the Olympics to get second. In my opinion, if you're going out for the summer, why in the heck are you going to put yourself through the next 4 to 5 months if you're not going to get a Golden Door? It doesn't make any sense. Go make a ton of money, change your family's financial life for the rest of your life, and get the award. There should be no second place. If your goal is lower than the Golden Door, then you're setting yourself up for failure. But not all of them win. Okay? Read out the times, the top 5. Let's do the top 5. Yeah. Top 5. Name and time. Yeah, top 5. Just say it in Spanish. Everyone will think you're right.
9.82, and Lamont Marcel Jacobs, 9.85.
Okay. All right, everybody write this in your notes. The first place, he got what was his time? 9.79. 9.79. Who got second? What was his name? Thompson? Right? What was his time?
9.79.
Okay. Both of those guys had the same goal to win. One got second by what? 0.005 seconds. Crazy. What was the difference between both of those guys? Yes, the time. But in the last 4 years, why did one win first and one win second? What was the difference? What was his name that got first? Okay, what did Noah have that the other guy didn't? And the other 5 guys? There you go. The last 4 years, write this in your notes. The last 4 years, Noah had better systems. His nutrition was better. His sleeping habits were better. His practice routine was better. His recovery was better. It was his systems. His routines were sharper. They were faster. His mindset was better because he had a mindset coach, which is a system he put into place to guarantee that he had the highest likelihood to go win that award. Okay, next slide. So I want you to write this quote down if you haven't read this before. So this comes from James Clear in his book, Atomic Habits. Has anyone read that one? Awesome. Okay, so write this quote down. So you do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. If you don't hit a golden door, it's because your systems were lackluster. Okay? High-level systems and routines yield high-level results. Lackluster systems yield lackluster results. That's all it is. For those that come back with the award, it's because they had the better routines, and that's all we're going to talk about today. What routines to put into place, which routines to get off your calendar to make sure that you come back with that award. Okay? Next slide. All right, so that's the goal. Next slide. Okay, so a little bit about me. Does anyone know me besides Austin and Coney? I'm my videographer. I'm a man here. Okay, so you can pull up Instagram, Davis Sales Training. I've done real estate for 7 years. I've done door-to-door sales for 15. So when I got my real estate license, after I did alarms for 12 years, I got into real estate and did that door-to-door. I tried cold calling. I hated it. I was like, you know what? I sold a lot of alarms for Vivint. Might as well just go door-to-door. So I did that. Does anyone know the average amount of real estate a realtor sells their first year? How many homes? It's embarrassing. Two if you're lucky, right? So my first year I sold 75 homes. My second year I sold 114 homes. Then I lost my dad to stage 4 pancreatic cancer that third year, similar to Austin. That reshaped a lot of my career path to now be on the consulting side. But then before that I did door-to-door sales. I was the #1 rookie at Vivint. I outsold almost every vet my first year. And then before that, I was teaching people about Jesus and getting paid for the LDS church, which is really fun. But what's fun about that is all of your experiences, like whatever you've done before door-to-door sales, those skill sets will prep you and prepare you properly to come out and crush it right now. But door-to-door sales is my passion. I actually, right now, I travel, next slide, I travel all over the U.S. and I train realtors how to knock doors because they suck at it and they're really bad. And so I go and I knock doors with them. And so I've knocked in over 19 different cities without a license to teach them how to go door to door as a realtor. The first realtor I taught when I left full-time into consulting sold 57 homes his first year as a realtor because he went door to door. And guess what? He got the HOA called on him. He was arrested 3 times, just like you guys, but as a realtor. So it was really fun to see the exact same principles that I worked on with Austin, with this kid and everybody else apply to real estate. We're going to talk about that today. Okay, so one thing that's really cool besides all of that, I've put 4 people on the stage for the Golden Door. So I put one guy in Canada, so I taught a Canadian how to go door to door as a realtor, put him on the stage. I helped Austin that year get his Golden Door. I put 2 other realtors on the stage to go get their Golden Door. And it's all the same stuff, the exact same stuff. So if you take notes, and like Austin said, like you're very diligent, from here on out, there's zero fluff. It's do this and you'll go get your Golden Door. The systems and routines you put in place will go get you the Golden Door. Okay, the reason I want you to take notes, does anyone know this study from Harvard about goal setting? Does anyone know this study? They did a study at Harvard. They tracked all those that graduated. And what did they track? Does anyone know this study? What did they do?
I haven't heard the exact same stat. From what I understand, 95% of those individuals did not write down their goals. The other 5% did. And after 20 years, they reconvened with all those individuals, and the 5% had accumulated a net worth of more value than the entire 95%.
Love it. Love it. What's your name?
Paul.
Love it. Okay, write that down. So they tracked 3 people. Those that had goals but had nothing written down. Those that had goals and they wrote it down. And those that had goals wrote it down and executed. So they tracked 3 different groups over the next 20 years. And just like Paul said, those that had goals, they were written down and they executed, made more money than 95% of everybody else combined. So literally, you taking notes today from what I say, Coney and Austin, that just positions you to make more money because you wrote it down. If you wrote it down, it gives you a higher likelihood that you'll remember what we go over. Okay. All right, so here's what we're going to do. So if you have your calendar, or if you want to scribble this in your notes, we're basically going to take your weekly schedule and we're going to import all the routines, systems that you need in place to give you the highest odds at going to get the Golden Door, okay? But what you have to do in order to understand that is what's going to prevent you from getting the Golden Door. Okay, obviously those 2 have gotten it. Has anyone else gotten a Golden Door in pest control? Okay, how many?
Just one.
1? You got 1? 2? Cool. Okay, are there things that you cannot do that will prevent you from getting a Golden Door? You could probably come up with a list of if a rep does all these, they're definitely not getting the Golden Door, right? So if we can identify those, you just do the opposite, and there you go. You get the award. Okay, so let's walk you through that. So there's 4 things I want you to walk through that have to happen on your schedule. They have to happen on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, and a monthly basis. There's 4 of them. So let's break them down. Number 1, is you. You are your greatest asset in the summer. You. Nothing else matters more than you. You are the oil to the machine. If you don't have systems to take care of you, and you're just banking on the emotional roller coaster of the summer, you're screwed. Okay, I wouldn't even go out in the summer, you're screwed. Okay, you have to have systems that maintain a peak state, performance-like ability every day, and let your systems take care of your emotions. Okay, manage those, not your emotions, because they're going to be all over the place. So these are the 4 things that I would do in the summer that would help you manage you. Number 1, morning routine. Okay, go read the book Miracle Morning. Has anyone read that? Miracle Morning? Go read that again and do what it says. In that book, there's a Savers program. It walks you through visualizing your goals, pulling out your vision board, looking at your business plan, looking at your day. Like, do that in the morning, okay? Visualizing your success and then looking at it will position you in a better spot. Same thing at night, a nightly routine, okay? In the summer, you have to audit your day. What went well? What didn't go well? Do you know how many deals you have to sell per day in the summer to get a golden door? What is it? There's how many days in the summer? What'd you say? 160? Okay. So how many deals do you have to do per day to hit a golden door? 7. About 7.5-ish. Okay. So you need to audit at night. Why did I not hit that? Why did I hit that? And just be curious like a CEO would and analyze, why is my business moving forward or why is it not moving forward? Okay. Darren Hardy's book, The Compound Effect, he talks about bookending your day. Has anyone read that book? Okay, The Compound Effect? Got a golden door, sure enough, read that, right? Makes sense. Okay, so you bookend your day. If you don't do that, then if you have a crappy day and you sell nothing, what's going to happen tomorrow? It's going to bleed over, and you're going to have a bad day tomorrow, and then a bad day the next day. Then all of a sudden you had a bad week, then a bad month, then a bad summer. Okay, you can't let it bleed. I remember Sam Taggart, my 3rd year, when I was on pace to sell about 340 alarms, he called me and we were chatting and he said, hey, you can't sacrifice one day to the next. If you have to sell 4 alarms every day to hit your goal, then you can't sell 2. Because then the next day you have to sell 6. And then if you go 2-2, now I'm down 4, now I have to sell in the teens the next day. And I'm making it harder for myself. So bookend your days in the summer. Morning routine, nightly routine. That'll make it so much easier for you to manage your emotions, okay? If you go to bed stressed, you're going to wake up stressed. And when you're stressed, you can't sell. The second one is a pre-knocking ritual. You can go to my YouTube channel, scroll down, David Sales Training. There's a whole video. I had a videographer come and record my pre-knocking ritual. It's the same in real estate that it was in door-to-doors. When you get to the doors, you need 5 minutes to just have some type of ritual. Any Kobe Bryant fans in here? What did he do before a game that basically gave him his name?
I think he'd show up at like 5 or 6 in the morning and start training.
Yeah. Exact same routine every time, okay? He'd be laughing with you before the game, and then all of a sudden the whistle blows. Now I'm going to kill you, right? It's just like it was a switch in his head. You've got to have that switch. When you get to area, you need something, 5 minutes, that literally tells your brain it's time to work. If you have kids, you can't come to the doors like thinking about your kids, thinking about your wife or your husband, and you're stressed. You can't do that. You have to come, and something's got to switch your head. I've watched the same video for 15 years when I knock. It's Les Brown, I Am the One. Does anyone know that video or that speech? Okay, I'd go get that. That's probably a good video if you don't already have one. But I would listen to that. I'd write down my stresses. I'd eat a piece of candy, say my affirmations out loud, say a prayer, boom. Time to go kill. It's Les Brown, I Am the One. Just called I Am the One by Les Brown, okay? But you got to have something that makes it a system for your emotions. You come to work, you do the 5 minutes, time to work. Okay, if you don't have that, then you're going to bleed your emotions every day. And then the last one is do something fun. You got to have fun in the summer, okay? I would always go play basketball 3 times a week in the morning with the guys that wanted to play in the summer. And then in real estate, I've done the same thing. If I'm having fun, sells the transfer of energy, I'm going to sell a ton of accounts, okay? But don't be so stressed. Like, have fun, okay? With you, your kids, your spouse, have fun. Figure something out that if I did this 3 times a week, I'd be so freaking happy. What would that be?
I don't want to take the time to derail anything, but could you maybe just like briefly describe your morning and night routines when you're knocking?
Miracle Morning Savers program. So it's literally I wake up, I visualize, I scripture read, I meditate, I pray to God, I look at my schedule for the day, then I go to the gym. Same thing. It's the Savers program from Miracle Morning. Yep, just go steal that right from the book. Okay, next one. All right, second one is your values. Okay, this is something that helped Austin a lot, and that's also helped those that I've worked with, is you need to prioritize the people that matter to you. If you're married and you don't prioritize them, then you are going to have a crappy summer. Okay, my wife and I, we've been married for 15 years. My first 2 years in door-to-door sales and alarms, man, we almost got divorced like 7 times every summer. It was brutal. Okay, like I slept in the car some nights. Like it was not, we had just got married. That was not a great idea on our end. Okay, but now we've developed systems that allow our marriage to thrive. We've got 4 kids. We just had a baby 7 months ago. Our kids are everything to us, and that's because we prioritize them. So if you're married, which how many are married in here? Okay, you have got to take care of your spouse. So for example, on your schedule, okay, God is important to me, and my wife are important to me, and my kids. So my wife, every Friday night, I'm not going to work from 7 to 10. I'm coming home early, okay? I hit the goal early because I knew that we were going to have a date night, and I take them on a date night Friday night. If you're married, do that, okay? If your wife or husband is happy, you'll be happy. If you're happy, you'll sell a lot. Okay, so take care of your spouse. Also, my kids, we used to have a Thursday family day. So I would not work Thursday until 2 o'clock. And I would take off, we'd go to the zoo. I sold in Atlanta. We'd go to the aquarium, we'd go get donuts, like play at the park with the kids. You've got to have something that they look forward to and you look forward to, okay? If God's a value of yours, then put him in your schedule, okay? It's really hard. If you guys know Casey Baugh has been a mentor of mine for a long time. I worked in an office that he worked in with Jeff Mendez back in El Paso, Texas, 15 years ago. And he talked about how you can't outperform the identity you give to yourself. So if you're not honoring your relationship with God, your kids, and your spouse, and you know it on the inside, you're going to have so much turmoil that it's going to mess with you when you're selling. And you've got to be so clear and focused when you're knocking that you can't have that stuff bother you. So put it on the calendar. Take care of those that matter to you. So you can't see the list, but I'll read it off to you. This is what I did for my family. So time with kids before meeting. I always woke up with my kids and I played with them for 30 minutes before I would go to correlation. The second one is bedtime. I always kept my kids up a little bit later. It drove my wife a little nuts and it made her life a little harder, but it also allowed me to take time with my kids. So I wasn't missing that in the summer. Then we had family day, date night. On church, I'd go to church every Sunday. I took a calling. So if you're a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints or whatever religion you are, I took a calling every summer. I prioritized God, told him I put him first, and I was always blessed. So I took a calling, and then also I didn't go party, I didn't work, I didn't do anything on Sunday. I know a lot of door-to-door guys take Sunday to go play. That's the Lord's day. Honor it. If you want help to go hit your goals, I'd highly recommend that you keep the commandments. Put him first. Let him help you by putting his commandments as a priority in your business, as a recommendation. Okay, let's go to the next one. All right, the third one is get better. In the summer, you have to get better. You have to get sharp. I remember my first week in El Paso, Texas, selling alarms. I had just left 2 teaching jobs. And my wife and I were out in El Paso, Texas. I met someone at Walmart that was literally stabbed in the parking lot, someone trying to harvest his organs. I'm like, what are we doing out here? And Casey Baugh came to my office that night, and I had never met someone so intelligent. Like, has anyone listened to Casey in person or any of his stuff? It's unbelievable. It's book this, quote that, book this. Like, it's just unbelievable. And I remember I had never read a self-help book or a sales book in my life. That night and moving forward, I've never not read at least 1 book a week. Last year I read 144 books. The year before I read 122. I usually average around 100. You know how many books the average American reads per year? 0. Less than 1, and it's a magazine at the grocery store. Okay? So read, push yourself, and get better. If you're going to be in front of people all summer, then develop the skill set to close them. Okay? I don't want to go work harder than I need to. If I need to close 3 a day in the alarm world, then I'm going to go close 3 a day and then take the other half of the day off and go hang out with my family. Okay? I know my goals, I'm going to hit it, and because my skill set's so sharp, I can close people quicker and faster. I don't need 10 hours to go hit my goal. I do it in 4. All right, so I'd highly recommend, this is something that we did with Austin, it worked really well, is turn your car into a university, okay? Brian Tracy talks about this in his book, The Psychology of Selling. Make the commitment right now, okay? Write it in your notes. I will not listen to anything else in the car other than Audible books. Push yourself. Learn the skill set. Remember, if you're going out in the summer and your goal isn't to do a golden door, then why are you going out? So take it seriously. Act like a professional, okay? Every time you're in the car, pump an audio. Most audiobooks are about 5 hours long. If you do 2x the speed, how fast can you be done with that book? 2.5 hours, okay? So how long are you in the car every day when you go out and back from area? A book a day. That fast. And you can consume knowledge insanely fast. So I'd highly recommend you reach out to Austin or Coney after this and ask for a book recommendation. What are the 50 books? Or how many weeks are in the summer? 18? Okay, go read 18 books this summer, or 36, do 2 a week. Okay? Push yourself. You've got to get better. When you get better, you'll close more deals. Okay? All right, the next one is work. Okay? You have to make work as easy as possible. Okay, so one thing that we did with Austin that worked really well, is I'll break this apart, is when you work, you've got to have an eye on your daily schedule and an eye on the game plan, like the entire summer, okay? So most of you guys are going out when? In the next month? April? Okay, that's usually when we went out. So April. Okay, so when are you going to be done in the summer? When's the deadline for Golden Door? January. Oh, January? Okay, so whatever your time's going to be, you have to figure that out. If you're going to do it in 4 months, then it's going to look a little different. If you're going to stay out all the way till December, God bless you. Good luck, okay? And then figure that out, okay? I always tried to hit my goal of 300 in 4 months. That was my goal, to hit it in 4 months. If I didn't, then I would stay out. But I always set everything up to hit it in 4 months, okay? All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to break your day into blocks, time blocks. You're not going to go knock for, 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day? You're not going to go knock for 10 hours a day. You're going to knock for blocks. You're going to knock for 4 to 5 blocks of 2 hours. Okay, you're going to focus for 2 hours. You're going to hit your goals, and then you're going to breathe. And then you're going to go at it again. And then you're going to breathe. And then you're going to go at it again. And then you're going to breathe. We used to do this with Austin, and it worked really well. Every block, you have 3 goals. Okay, doors knocked, people talked to, and people closed. If you're trying to do 7.5 a day, so let's call it 8 a day, you need 2 per block if you're going to have 4 blocks. Okay? So Austin, how many people did you need to talk to before you got a sell? Do you remember?
About 6 or 7 people.
6? I see what you did there. Okay, Coney, do you remember? Probably 5, less than Austin. Okay? When I was in alarms, it was like 1 out of every 3. So it's a little better than that. About 5. Okay, so I knew if I talked to 5 people, I could get an alarm deal. Then when I got into real estate, it was 1 out of every 15. So I'd go knock doors, I'd pick the right area, I'd strategize the time of day. I knew if I talked to 15 people, I could get a listing or somebody under contract. Know your numbers. And if you don't know your numbers, then just literally do exactly what they said. Knock the amount of doors, talk to that many people, and because you're practicing your skill set, you can close them. Okay? If time block 1 goes away, and you didn't get a deal, breathe, relax. You still have 4 other blocks throughout the day, okay? I used to watch like funny videos, call my kids, like just something to check out, and then we'll go right back for the next 2 hours, okay? Make this your approach to every day, and I'm telling you, it'll be so much easier instead of being like, I've got to go knock for 10 hours. No, you need to go for 2 hours. Then take a break, then go for 2 hours again, okay? The second rule, yep. Yeah, so doors knocked, people talked to, closings. Yep. Okay, the next thing is 1 deal after dark. Do you remember the first time you had a deal after dark? Austin called me, and it was what, like 8:30, 9 o'clock? I still remember the lady you sold. And it was like, he FaceTimed me after, and he's like, dude, it's like pitch black. I was like, someone is there. Drive around, get in your car, make it the rule that you always get a deal after dark, because that'll build the right habits that you need to go get that golden door. And do you remember the lady you sold?
Her name was Milagros.
Yep.
Miracle in Spanish.
Yep.
I had 9 accounts that night.
Yep.
Dude, I sold 9 accounts.
Yep.
And I drove around and saw a little cigarette butt. And I just I walked in, I said, "You want my shoes on or off?" I walked into the house. This chick was in her bed.
In her bed. I remember this. Your picture's on the Instagram. Yep.
And she gave me her credit card from her nightstand. I have a picture with her and I, and she's like, "Most send mom ever."
Let's go.
Because there was like, you need to always push for one more. But that moment, by the way, that was a fork in the road for me. I was like, "Oh, dude, I'm a double-digit rep."
Yep, it's huge.
You gotta be
Huge. Okay, so write that down. I will get one deal after dark. Okay? In the alarm industry, it's really similar. There's the same rule. Okay? I always got one after dark, and the latest I had a technician show up was like 12:30 at night, or in the morning, per se. And drilling holes for the alarm at 12:30, and I was hanging out in the kitchen. And then in real estate, the latest deal that I ever got is I signed a listing with paperwork at 11:15 at night with a doctor that got off work late. The neighbors told me that he wanted to sell, that I just needed to wait till probably about 9:30, 10. Sure enough, I'm just sitting in my car watching sports, and he shows up at 11 o'clock. I get in the house, sign the paperwork, listed it 2 days later, sold 5 days after that. So it's, thank you. So have it as a goal to get one deal after dark. That'll make it so much easier. Okay, the next one is turn off notifications and apps. Okay, just make the commitment right now. Stop renegotiating with yourself every day. When you go out, take the block, if you've heard of that. I know Austin uses that. Or set something on your phone to turn everything off. My wife knows that when I was knocking, she could not call me unless someone was dying. Like, I don't want, don't call me. Like, even right now with work, like when I go prospect door to door for real estate, my transaction coordinator that takes care of all my paperwork, she knows that I will fire her if she calls me while I'm working. Like, do not get a hold of me. Like, I need to stay so focused, I can't have distractions. So make the goal right now to eliminate all that, unless you're playing Pokemon Go and trying to get Pikachu while you're playing. Okay, and then the last one is a gratitude journal. Okay, when you're done knocking, bring a journal with you in your car, sit there, and just count your blessings. I'm telling you, that one habit right there will get you the golden door. Count your blessings. Even if you got none that day, what are your blessings? Okay? Tony Robbins always says that energy flows where attention goes, right? So if you put your attention on the blessings, it'll pull your stress down. And when your stress is really low, then you can think clearly. When you can think clearly, you can help people. When you help people, you'll close more real estate. Okay, so let's wrap up. So in order to go and hit a golden door, remember, the main takeaway should be, let my systems do that. I need to have systems for myself, for my values, and for work. If you establish that like an ironclad into your schedule, then you'll have no issues. Those 4 things, if you take care of these 4 things, the bridge between these 2 things, you know how far I had to go back to find Austin with hair? I had to go pretty far back. But these 4 things right here, if you can put that into your schedule, then that'll help you close more business. Okay, let's do 2-3 minutes of Q&A if you have any questions, and then I'll wrap up, and I think we got Coney coming next.
On those days where you don't hit it in your time block, you sit and watch a video, or you get a quick call for like 5 minutes going into the next time block.
Mm-hmm.
What does that look like? Is it just, you're just like breathing, you just get it off your chest? And you
Yeah, sometimes I'd eat an apple and just call kids, watch a funny video. Like, I got really familiar with like a ton of comedians, and I'd watch their videos just to laugh it off. The goal is to deregulate your stress. If you're stressed because you didn't get any deals, pull your stress down. It's going to look different for everybody. So usually an apple and a funny video.
You said when you hit your daily quota, you just stop knocking.
Mm-hmm.
It's like at 3.
Yep. I'd go home, I'd call my wife, they were stoked, she dressed the kids, and we'd go to the park. It lit me up to hit that so that I could have the rest of the day off.
Okay.
Granted, I probably could have sold more,
Yeah.
but $350 was
If somebody was
quite a
like,
bit of money.
just keep going. Because I feel like at our company, we're like, it's just like knock until
Yeah.
people like our
Yeah.
day, regardless of like 7 by noon.
Yeah. Yeah, the grind culture. Yeah, grind it out.
So like, if that influx in quota compounds and then your daily quota decreases, why? Like, what would be the mindset there?
Yeah, great question. So remember, I have 3 jobs. I'm a husband and a father. I need to take care of them. So it's not just about me. I hit my goal for the day, so I'm super stoked, and I don't want to burn out. So it's just a management of that emotions throughout the summer. right? My wife and kids are going to be stoked when I come home. And granted, this would happen maybe once a week. It wasn't like an everyday thing. But I'd come home and we'd go to Cheesecake Factory in Atlanta and go to the zoo, and they were stoked. So my wife, super happy. Her tank is overflowing. My kids are stoked. So then tomorrow I'm going to go hit my goal.
Yeah. Okay.
But you just can't do it if you didn't hit your goal, because then you go down a slippery slope. Yep.
What if your wife doesn't go half summer? How do you handle that?
Doesn't go out for the summer?
Just for half summer.
I always encourage my wife to come out. I've been in this industry for a long time. I've seen a lot of people get divorced. I've seen a lot of people go down a really rough road. I've had multiple friends kill themselves from suicide. And if you can avoid any of that by simply bringing out your spouse and kids, and you have the systems to back it, I would recommend you do that at any cost.
Your first year as a sales manager,
Uh-huh.
where did you find the most success
In recruiting? Technically, I can recruit because you can come to real estate. You're more than welcome to come on my team. That wasn't clarified at the beginning. To recruit, Danny Pest, if you guys know him, he always says that your first sell is yourself. So if you're sold on the vision and the dream and what can happen and what you can do, that passion will just, like a tank full of water, will just pour out. So I would say that. Plus, I wish I would have got on social media faster. Yep, I wish I would have got on faster. I've only been on it for 2 years. Man, the opportunity on social media is insane if you're recruiting.
I just had a quick question in regards to like going home early, right? When you're leading a team, how do you kind of manage that, without setting precedents like that? Hey, it's like single dudes, right? Don't have family, don't have kids. They don't necessarily know what it's like.
Yeah.
As a manager, I know what my team's gonna look like. A lot of, we'll have a couple of families, but for the most part, it's really these single dudes,
Yeah.
How do we, manage that?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a double-edged sword, right? There are those that go home early and they didn't hit their goal. That's a horrible example. I'd kick those people off your team. But for me, it was, for those that were married, it told them family's priority. And if you hit your goal, you can make more memories with your family. So it knocked out that for those guys. And then all the single people, what you do for them is know their goals. If they need to sell 5 a day and they hit it, go pick that guy up, girl up, and go to dinner. Celebrate. Hey, you hit your goal? Let's go to the movies, dude. Good for you. Like that teaches them, oh, if I hit my goals quicker, I can then enjoy the rest of the day. So I'm just going to hit it again tomorrow. You just have to really enforce, like, we're just rewarding ourselves. We're giving ourselves many incentives to go hit these goals along the way. Yep.
To kind of go along with that, you mentioned like with the bookend, the other day that doesn't go as great. Not only do you bleed over, like at some point you kind of have to make up for those days with bigger days. How do you balance?
Yeah, so my system was always you go out earlier. So if Thursday comes and we have our family day planned and I'm not on pace, we don't have the family day. Like you have to just like hold that boundary really clear for everything you do and then enjoy it. So yeah, if you don't hit your goal, you go out early the next day and you stay out later. You got to catch up.
I don't know if I heard you right when you said you go home to spend time with your wife early. Is it only when you hit goals?
Yep. Only.
How do you kind of keep the balance in it when you're not hitting goals?
Yeah.
To decide what you're going to do.
Yeah, great question. So morning with your kids. You have kids?
I have, maybe.
Cool. So morning with them, 30 minutes of undistracted, pour into them. So like Austin's come to my house a couple times. In the morning, I beat my kids up. We play basketball. We shoot. We bet. We got money on the table, like all sorts of stuff for 30 minutes, all in. And then I can go work for 10 hours, and they're okay because their tank is full. And my tank is full because I poured into them. And then at night, always read to your kid. That's a non-negotiable for me. Read your kid, tell them stories, talk about their day, and then have that family day on Thursday. That'll help you a lot. Okay, one more.
So as like a sales manager that is out there selling to you, how do you manage like the manager responsibilities with a schedule like this? Is that something that you schedule in? Because obviously you have to train, you have to get the rookies' attention and stuff like that. How do you fit that in with these standards?
Yeah. So it means that you have to work when you're working. You got to be sharp. Your skill set's got to be dialed in. You need to read the books. You need to make sure you're getting the coaching. You need to make sure you're buying courses. Like you have to be sharp because you don't have 10 hours. You've maybe got 4. So when you're working, you got to freaking hit your goal, right? So you're going to be more constrained. So your skill set's got to be higher. So way higher than anybody in your office. That's the best answer I can give you. Okay, guys, thanks a ton for having me.
Thank you.